In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you what I have went through as a young man when I was 18 years old. You see, I didn't think it was gonna come out this way.
There is a convicted, registered child offender.
Never have I uncovered something as dark, evil as I did when I was doing this.
Stop with the lying, stop with the bullshit, and try to do better.
That I would be so known that somebody would just want to destroy my name.
This is a monstrosity.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Haters Inc., where the internet's finest delusions come to die. And today we're unpacking the freshly microwaved fiction served up by none other than Ben Azoulay. Sorry, we don't do cosplay titles. So Ben decides it's finally time to clear the air about that little incident from when he was 18. You know, the one where he essayed a 15-year-old minor. Yeah, that one. But don't worry, folks. He's got a completely different story than what he pleaded guilty to in court. Because that's how justice works, right?
I sat in court, and the judge asked, I have a question. Is it about the $50 million, or is it about justice for your daughter? Now, that was a question that only a very smart judge would ask. And that took a turn. And my lawyer said, listen, if we go to trial, we're going to win. The only thing is that it's going to cost your parents money to go to trial. So the judge gave us an offer. The judge came and said to my lawyer, look, I could remove the $50 million because the lawsuit was on me. It was my parents' house. It was on the homeowner's insurance, and it was on my parents. I wanted that removed more than anything, because my father already didn't like me. And when that happened, I felt so bad that then I started to think, well, now I understand why my dad doesn't like me.
Now let's address this legal fantasy land where criminal court judges stop everything to ask about pending civil lawsuits during an assault hearing. No, Ben. Judge Judy doesn't stop criminal proceedings to ask if the victim's mom is suing you on the side. That's not how due process works unless your courtroom is made entirely of Reddit threads and Red Bull. Also, and I cannot believe this needs to be said, criminal court and civil court are not a 2-for-1 Tuesday deal. You don't show up to court and knock out both cases like it's a dentist appointment and a haircut. Different standards, different judges, different timelines, and while we're here, Ben's version of events doesn't just contradict public record. It's an open warfare with it. Transcripts, witness statements, and his own plea all say one thing. His YouTube version sounds like it was workshopped in a group chat full of yes men and a rogue PR intern.
So when I spoke to my lawyer, they'll put you in a room right outside the courtroom, and they'll let you guys speak after he speaks to the judge. The judge says, listen, I have a great deal and we can finish all of this. I'll tell them to remove the $50 million lawsuit because what they need is real justice. But I'll also let them know that there wasn't any and that they're going to lose this case regardless. So how about we do that? We get me, Ben Azulay, to plead guilty to code 288, which means oral copulation with a minor. If you don't understand what that means is, I'm an 18-year-old, and a girl that is under 18 went down on me. Now, she could have been 17 and 11 months and 25 days, and that's still oral copulation with a minor. Anyone that is under the age of 18. Imagine for my 18th birthday, that was such a horrible gift. But she said, I'll give him that. All of it will be expunged off of his record, He'll spend 30 days in jail to make it seem like it's a lot. And you'll be done with it. So he comes to me and tells me about the deal. And I say, but they will remove the lawsuit, the $50 million lawsuit, off of my parents and everybody? He says, yes. He says, listen, son. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Be sure you're being the hero here. You're saving and protecting your whole family. This will be completely off your record after, and all you'll do is lousy 30 days in jail. Not prison, jail. No one will ever hear of this, and you'll continue your life. And this is where I learned the quote. Sometimes in life, it's better to be the smart one and not the right one. And the smart decision there was to end it and continue with my life.
Ben Azoulay claims he only pleaded guilty because his parents couldn't afford better lawyers, even though, according to him, those same lawyers assured him he could win the case. So let's get this straight. The legal team supposedly believed he had a solid defense, but instead of fighting it, they told him to take the fall because of money. That's not a legal strategy. That's a contradiction wrapped in a guilt plea. Either your case was winnable or you did what the court record says you did. You don't get to plead guilty and play innocent just because the retelling fits better on YouTube. At the end of the day, the court didn't convict you because your mom was broke. They convicted you because you pleaded guilty. Whether you understood the system or not, that's what you signed. Welcome to adulting. And yes, the internet remembers. The worst part, it's not even the lies, it's that he's riding the back of someone else's suffering just to get clout, turning real trauma into a pity branding opportunity like it's content. That's not redemption, that's exploitation. And no amount of likes is going to clean that stain off your name.